Means his ex-wife has also now lost her Duchess title and will revert to her maiden name, Sarah Ferguson. Now, we want to know if you feel sorry for her after this royal shakeup, or considering that she's faced her own controversies over Epstein, do you have very little sympathy?
Do you feel sorry for Fergie? Hold that thought, because by the end of this video, the last 30 seconds might flip your answer. Before we dive in, drop your take in the comments. Sympathy, skepticism, or something in between. Alright, let's get into the unraveling of the Yorks, a royal story that's no longer whispered behind palace walls but shouted in the open. For years, the Duke and Duchess of York, divorced on paper, united in practice, sold a picture of unusual harmony. Same home, same routines.
Prince Andrew, over the weekend, he announced that he was going to relinquish his title, or at least stop using his Duke of York title in public, or to ingratiate himself, or to aggrandize himself. He is going to continue to live at Royal Lodge, so he does still have some of the trappings of being a member of the royal family. But Prince Andrew, it's interesting, right? People are very happy that he's no longer going to be using his title. They don't think he should be a senior royal anymore because of his alleged indiscretions, which we have to say he has denied. He has denied these indiscretions, though it doesn't look great for him. But nonetheless, Prince Andrew, he has vehemently denied doing anything wrong whatsoever. But he has decided with the crown, with the monarchy, that he is no longer going to use his title for fame, fortune, anything in between. So is Fergie, right? So is his wife, Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York. She's no longer going to use her title. In fact, we just found out before we sat down to tape that apparently on the royal website, they no longer say Duke of York, Duchess of York. Sarah Ferguson has changed her social media. So this is all developing. By the time we watch this, there might be a new development. But my thing is this.
2 daughters raised between ceremony and chaos, and a promise that friendship outlives marriage. That story is cracking. Prince Andrew's reputation is in tatters. Usage of his Duke of York title has been pulled from public life. The royal machine, always careful, always calculated, has stepped back. And the person who once stood closest to him, Sarah Ferguson, may not be standing there anymore. Reports suggest she's been away from Royal Lodge more and more, the Windsor estate that symbolized their strange, enduring alliance. The once inseparable pair now look like 2 lives running on separate tracks. Even their daughters, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, seem to be quietly creating distance. For years they defended their father through scandal after scandal. But at some point, the emotional bill comes due. Behind the public smiles, there are private counseling sessions, sleepless nights, and the suffocating weight of a family name that no longer opens doors so much as it sets off alarms. And at the center of this gravitational collapse sits a question that won't go away. Where does loyalty end and self-preservation begin? Let's rewind. We know Andrew met Jeffrey Epstein in the late 1990s.
And our lawyers would like to emphasise that his former Royal Highness has given £12 million of his mum's money to someone he's never met before and renounced all his titles for something he didn't do with the same person he's never met before at the house of someone he was only friends with, to be polite. I hope that clears things up.
We know they saw each other regularly for a period after that. We know the fallout has been catastrophic for Andrew's public standing. Titles suspended, roles vanished, invitations rescinded. The Yorks, once seen as the unpredictable, slightly glamorous branch of the family tree, are now the cautionary tale. And in that wreckage, Sarah Ferguson is gearing up for what looks like another reinvention. If there's one thing Fergie does better than almost anyone in the royal orbit.
York has been removed as a patron of a children's hospice following her email correspondence with the convicted paedophile Jeffrey Epstein. The charity Julia's House says it would be inappropriate for the Duchess to continue as patron of.
It survived calamity. She has turned scandal into strategy so many times it could be a business model, which brings us to the whispers, another tell-all, a sit-down, a reset. Some say with Oprah, again. If that happens, it won't be the first time. She's done the post-divorce confessionals, the learn my lesson mea culpas, the left off the guest list heartbreaks. Each time, the positioning is familiar, misunderstood, emotional, seeking redemption. But this time, the stakes are different. This time, she wouldn't just be defending herself, she'd be rewriting her legacy. Not as the hapless duchess who stumbled, but as the survivor the palace underestimated. The narrative she's reportedly sharing with close friends is simple and sharp. I was punished. Others weren't. The men in gray suits, those faceless courtiers, ice me out. I carried the shame while the institution carried on, and if you know Fergie's pattern, you can see the playbook forming in real time. The title is gone. The royal home is uncertain. The financial guarantees are fragile. So, What replaces the crown's safety net? Leverage. Story. Access. The same traits that turned past crises into cash. A memoir here, a documentary there, a series deal, a speaking tour. She's been a children's author, a TV personality, a motivational voice, a brand ambassador, even a Netflix producer. Each role arrived right after a fall from grace. Each comeback was monetized. Like it or not, that's a skill. And in an era where truth-telling and brand building are often indistinguishable, it's also a very modern form of power. But let's not sanitize the mess. The charity ties have frayed. Patronages have been paused or pulled. Old emails have resurfaced. Every time a door closes, the institution says it's about standards. Fergie's camp says it's about scapegoating. The truth, as always, is murkier and more inconvenient than either side prefers. And while the headlines fixate on Fergie's next interview, Andrew's world keeps shrinking. Royal Lodge, sprawling, expensive, symbolically loaded, now feels less like a home and more like a